Hey everyone, welcome to this Thanksgiving deep dive. Maybe you're already prepping for the big day, or maybe you're just curious about Thanksgiving in general. Either way, we have this really cool video that dives into the history and traditions of Thanksgiving. And
Oh, yeah.
it's really interesting.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, we're going to go beyond just like the basics.
Right.
We really want to explore like the why behind the what of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we always focus on like the turkey and the parades and family gatherings, but we never really get into like the history and the culture behind it.
Exactly. So let's rewind way back to 1621.
Okay.
The first Thanksgiving in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Pilgrims, Wampanoag, a harvest feast.
Yeah.
But here's something that might surprise you.
Hmm.
That first Thanksgiving, it wasn't just like a dinner party.
Oh.
It lasted 3 days.
3 days.
A full 3 days of feasting.
Wow, can you imagine like the amount of food and the preparations and everything?
I know it. It makes our Thanksgiving dinner seem like a little snack.
Right. Like just a quick bite.
I wonder if they had leftovers for weeks or
Yeah,
if they were just like constantly cooking.
probably.
But, beyond just the food aspect, I think what's really interesting is like the meaning behind that 3-day event.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about the food.
Right.
It represented two totally different cultures coming together.
Yeah.
It was a gesture of peace and cooperation.
It really makes you think about like the meaning for both the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag.
Yeah.
Like for the Pilgrims, it was a moment of gratitude for surviving in a new land, and for the Wampanoag, it was an opportunity to like create an alliance and potentially ensure their safety and security.
Right.
So it was kind of like the groundwork for their relationship in the years to come.
Yeah, that's a really interesting way to look at it. It really adds another layer to the story.
Yeah.
It makes you think about their different perspectives and motivations behind this like simple gathering.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how this one event, from so long ago,
Right.
transformed into this national holiday that we celebrate today.
Exactly. And in both the U.S. and Canada,
Yeah, that's right.
though of course on different dates.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like in the U.S., it's the 4th Thursday of November.
Yeah.
And then in Canada, it's the 2nd Monday of October.
Yeah, and Thanksgiving has become so much more inclusive over time.
Yeah.
It embraces so many different cultural traditions. It's not just about the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag anymore.
Yeah, it's really a celebration for everyone.
Exactly. And speaking of traditions, what would Thanksgiving be without the food?
Right.
I mean,
It's like the heart of the celebration.
yeah, who doesn't love a table piled high with all the Thanksgiving classics?
I know, like the turkey stuffing cranberry sauce,
Oh, yeah.
mashed potatoes gravy,
Don't even get me started on side dishes.
green bean casserole, candied yams.
Oh, my God. It's just a symphony of flavors.
It just screams Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And while the turkey is usually like the star of the show, it's really the combination of all those dishes,
Right.
each with their own history and cultural significance, that creates the Thanksgiving experience.
I know. I never thought about that.
Did you know, for instance, that cranberry sauce, like a staple on almost every Thanksgiving table,
Right?
it wasn't really popular until the late 19th century?
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought it had always been there.
Nope. Huh.
What about you? Are there any Thanksgiving dishes that are like special to you?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like connected to a family tradition or a childhood memory or something?
For me, it's my grandma's sweet potato casserole.
Huh.
It's a recipe that's been passed down like for generations in my family.
Wow.
And it just wouldn't be Thanksgiving without it.
I bet.
And it's not even just the taste.
Yeah.
It's the smell of it baking in the oven that brings back so many good memories of past Thanksgivings with my family.
How about you? Any special Thanksgiving dishes for you?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
My grandma's stuffing is like legendary in our family.
Oh, wow.
She had this special mix of herbs and spices.
And no one can replicate it.
Really?
It's just not Thanksgiving without it.
Oh, wow. I bet that's delicious.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing how food can like transport you back to those special moments.
Right.
But Thanksgiving is about so much more than just the food.
Oh, for sure.
It's about family and friends
Yeah.
and those heartwarming gatherings
Yeah.
and just the joy of being with loved ones,
Yeah.
And the video really captures that beautifully.
Yeah.
Like you see families reuniting and children playing games and just those shared moments of laughter and connection. It's a reminder that at its core, Thanksgiving is about those bonds that make life so meaningful.
Absolutely. And it's interesting how the concept of family has like expanded for Thanksgiving now. It's not just blood relatives anymore.
Right.
A lot of people spend Thanksgiving with close friends or chosen family, or even open their homes to people who might be alone during the holidays.
I love that it's really heartwarming to see Thanksgiving become more inclusive like that.
Yeah.
And creating a sense of belonging for anyone. The video also touches on how the history of Thanksgiving has been re-examined in recent years.
That's right.
And, while the traditional story focuses on the cooperation between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag,
Yeah.
it's important to also acknowledge the, complexities of their relationship
Yeah.
and the historical context. For the Wampanoag, the arrival of the Pilgrims
Yeah.
ultimately led to displacement and loss of land.
Exactly. It's a good reminder that even our most cherished traditions have layers of meaning that can change over time.
Yeah, Thanksgiving for many people has become a time to not only celebrate gratitude,
Yeah.
but also to reflect on the complexities of history
Right.
and engage in conversations about reconciliation and understanding.
Exactly. And speaking of change,
Yeah,
it's amazing to see how Thanksgiving traditions have, transformed. What might surprise some people is how many different ways people celebrate today.
oh yeah, it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all holiday anymore. Like, families create their own unique traditions,
Yeah.
blending cultural influences and personal preferences, and just new ways to express gratitude.
Exactly. Some families, for example, have vegetarian or vegan Thanksgiving feasts,
Oh yeah,
which reflect their values. Others might incorporate dishes from different cultures,
Yeah.
adding like a twist to the traditional meal.
Yeah.
I actually went to a Thanksgiving dinner once where the host was from the Philippines.
oh wow.
And they made traditional Filipino food alongside the Thanksgiving classics.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Wow, what a great
Yeah.
mix of flavors and cultures.
It was like a fusion.
Yeah, and it's not just about the food either.
Right.
Some families create new traditions like volunteering at a local charity
Oh, yeah.
or participating in a community event on Thanksgiving.
That's a great way to shift the focus from consumption to contribution.
Right.
Really embodying the spirit of Thanksgiving by giving back.
Yeah, it's about extending that gratitude outwards to the wider community.
Exactly. And speaking of gratitude, I think we should really dive deeper into this concept.
Okay.
It's more than just saying thank you.
Right.
It's about actively recognizing and appreciating the good things in our lives, big and small.
Yeah, and the video highlights how cultivating gratitude can really impact our well-being.
Right.
Studies show that practicing gratitude can reduce stress, boost happiness, and even improve physical health.
Wow.
It's like a mental shift to focus on the positive.
Yeah, even when things are tough.
Exactly. It's about rewiring our brains to notice the good and appreciate the simple pleasures and to cultivate a sense of contentment.
Right. It's not about ignoring the challenges.
Yeah.
It's about choosing to focus on what we have
Right.
rather than what we lack.
It's like training a muscle. The more you practice gratitude, the stronger it becomes.
That's a good analogy.
And Thanksgiving is like a yearly reminder to flex that gratitude muscle,
Yeah.
to be thankful for what we have.
Exactly. It's a time to pause and reflect.
And acknowledge the good.
And that feeling of appreciation can go beyond ourselves
Right.
to the people around us.
Yeah, expressing gratitude to others, whether through words or actions,
Yeah.
can really strengthen relationships
Right.
and create a more positive environment.
It's like a ripple effect, spreading kindness and positivity. So as we move into the last part of our Thanksgiving deep dive,
Okay.
I'm curious,
Yeah.
how do you cultivate gratitude in your everyday life?
Good question.
Beyond just Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
what are some little things you do that help you stay grounded and appreciative?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a great question.
Yeah.
It is a challenge
Right.
to keep that gratitude going all year round.
Yeah, it's so easy to just get caught up in everything.
Exactly.
To forget about all those little things.
I think the key is to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Like make it a practice, something you do every day.
Yeah. Not just on Thanksgiving.
And the video had some really good tips on that.
Oh, yeah.
It emphasized that it doesn't have to be some big, grand gesture
Right.
or like a whole ritual.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as taking a few minutes in the morning
Okay.
to just appreciate the sunrise
Yeah.
or savor a cup of coffee.
It's about noticing those little things.
Exactly the things we take for granted.
everyday miracles.
Yeah, and one thing I've found helpful
Okay.
is keeping a gratitude journal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like every night I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Doesn't matter how small they are. It could be anything like a nice gesture from a stranger,
Oh, yeah.
or a good meal, or just the feeling of sunshine.
I love that.
It really helps.
I've tried that too, and
Yeah.
it's amazing how it shifts your perspective.
It really is.
It makes you focus on the good even when you're stressed.
Totally. Another thing I've been trying is incorporating gratitude into my conversations.
Oh, okay.
So instead of just saying thank you out of habit, I try to really express my appreciation.
That's nice.
Like acknowledge the thought behind it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. And it not only makes the other person feel good,
Right.
but it also strengthens the relationship and creates a more positive environment.
It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly.
Spreading kindness.
Yeah, like planting little seeds of gratitude, and they grow into something beautiful.
And the more you practice,
Yeah,
the easier it gets.
right. It becomes a habit.
Like a positive reflex,
But that-
focusing on what we have.
Yes. And as we were saying before, the benefits of gratitude go beyond just feeling good,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Studies have shown that it can reduce stress, improve sleep, boost your immune system,
That's amazing.
and even make you more resilient.
So gratitude is like a superpower.
Yeah. A secret weapon
I like that.
to help us through life's challenges.
And Thanksgiving is a good reminder to use that power.
Exactly. It's like an invitation to reset our perspective, count our blessings, and reconnect with what matters.
Absolutely.
But as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
we want to challenge you.
Okay.
How will you carry this Thanksgiving gratitude
Yeah.
beyond just today?
Good question.
What are some unique ways that you can incorporate gratitude into your daily life?
Yeah. Think about it.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. We want to hear your ideas.
Because ultimately, Thanksgiving is more than just the food and the day off.
Right.
It's about a way of life, a way of being that focuses on the good
Yeah.
and appreciating the simple things
Exactly.
and sharing that appreciation with others.
It's about recognizing the abundance in our lives,
Yeah.
even when things are tough.
And finding ways to express that gratitude every single day.
Not just on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. So as we sign off, we want to leave you with a feeling of warmth and appreciation and a renewed sense of gratitude for everything.
And from both of us, happy Thanksgiving. May your day be filled with delicious food, loving company.
And a heart full of gratitude.
Yes. It's a great question, right?
It is.
Like, how do we take that Thanksgiving gratitude
Yeah,
and keep it going all year?
right, because it's so easy to just forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to our routines and all
I think the key is to make it a practice, not just a one-time thing.
that. Right, something you do regularly.
Exactly. And the video actually gave some good advice on that.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, they said that you don't have to make these grand gestures.
Right,
It can be simple,
right.
like taking a moment each morning to appreciate the sunrise,
Yeah.
or even just enjoying a cup of coffee.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, just noticing those little things.
The things we take for granted.
Exactly, those everyday miracles.
And one thing I've been doing
Yeah.
is keeping a gratitude journal.
Oh, tell me about that.
Yeah, so every night I write down like 3 things I'm grateful for,
Okay.
no matter how small. Could be like a friendly interaction with a cashier, or, a really good meal, a sunny day, whatever.
I love that idea.
It really helps.
I've tried that too, and it's amazing how it shifts your perspective,
Right. It really makes you focus on the good.
even when things are tough.
Yeah, totally.
Another thing I've been trying to do is express gratitude more directly to others.
Oh, interesting. Like how?
So instead of just saying thank you, really taking a moment to acknowledge their effort or thoughtfulness,
Yeah, I like.
it makes them feel appreciated, and it strengthens your bond.
It's like those little acts of kindness,
Exactly, spreading that positive energy.
and it all comes back around.
It does. The more you give, the more you get.
Right. And as we discussed before, gratitude has all these benefits beyond just feeling good,
Oh, yeah, totally.
like reducing stress, improving sleep.
It can even boost your immune system.
I know, it's crazy. And make you more resilient.
Gratitude really is like a superpower.
It is. It helps us deal with challenges so much better.
Thanksgiving is a great time to remember that. It's like an annual reminder to appreciate what we have.
To be present and count our blessings.
Yeah, and to connect with what truly matters.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yes.
we want to challenge you
Okay.
to take this Thanksgiving gratitude
Yeah.
and make it a part of your daily life.
How can you incorporate it into your routine?
What unique practices will you try?
Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your ideas because Thanksgiving is more than just a holiday.
Right.
It's a way of life.
It's about appreciating the good
Yeah, the simple things.
and sharing that appreciation with others
It's about finding that abundance even when things are tough.
and expressing gratitude every day.
Not just on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. So from both of us, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
We hope you have a day filled with delicious food,
Yes.
loving company,
And lots of gratitude.
absolutely